So now the guides want to circle back about raising your vibration. And that is always great. Because here's what happens when we have a low vibration. And I want you guys to imagine something. Gee, that's not very hard. When you had a low vibration. And here's what starts a low vibration. When one is in a drain, and they're talking about circling the drain. When one is in a drain, there's usually a perturbation. And the perturbation is usually in the form of a setback, a shock, an emotional correction, and a letdown, a change of plans, that type of thing. That's usually the beginning, or it could be from somebody else offloading it on you. Remember that. Sometimes you're perfectly fine when someone you love comes in and offloads their bad moment on you, or the world, as it's been doing for the last week, offloading their bad moments on us. So that can create a circle, and this is what they mean by circle. So we feel this feeling. Our bodies tense, our stomachs tense, our backs tense. And then the first thing we're going to do is first create a story about it and a thought about it. And then we're either going to do one or two things. We're going to stew in it and get deeper in it, or we're going to do everything in our bloody well power to get rid of it. We're going to try to stuff it. And that's the most common thing people do. We'll stuff it with exercise. We'll stuff it with food. We'll stuff it with alcohol. Endless surfing. Yes, endless surfing. Mindless anything. Click. Don't like that channel. Click. Don't like that channel. Click. Anything you're doing that's mindless, you're trying to stuff some emotions. So either that or we spiral and get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and we ruminate on it, and we get very, very worried. And neither one of those things is a good thing. Then we're going to do either we'll pull back from the world. Well, we're going to underperform. We're going to we'll miss stuff. We won't feel like cleaning ourselves or the house or whatever. Or we're going to overdo it. We're going to just get meticulous toothbrush cleaning or, that type of thing. Or a mix of both. And those are the two extremes. That's how you can tell that you're not necessarily, doing very well. When you obsessively try to control what's going on in your world, or you miss stuff and you lose control. They're both cries for help, and they're both saying, oh my goodness, I'm not doing well emotionally. So now your body's going to put up with this for a pretty long time until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it's going to cause pain, shoulders, backs, knees, low back, sciatica. Yeah. And so what do we do about that? 3 steps. First step is to acknowledge the moment we're having an emotion. Acknowledge it. Say, what am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling disgust. By the way, if you say you hate something, that's disgust. Right? And if you have disgust with yourself, bless your heart, you cannot get away from yourself. So you better figure out a way to make friends with yourself right quick. Or you get a lifetime of this painful stuffing. So you first identify what you're feeling. And you can write it down. You can even write down the story you've created about it. And then you're going to say, if it's about somebody else, this is just my story right now. I don't know if it's true. Similar to what they said to Michael. And then if you don't want to take it any further, which is okay, or if you do, it doesn't really matter. You just got to wait. Then the next thing you're going to do, you know how they say let go and let God? You're just going to let it go. You're just going to just put a Put it on the shelf, put a pin in it, whatever you want to say. This is just your story. Now let's focus on now. Because 9 times out of 10, when there is a story, you can't do anything about it anyway.